Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this information session. First of all, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today and pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. As Lucy said, my name's Leanne Bradney. I am the principal here at Parkdale Primary School and have been for the past 12 years. I know Tracy and Jared are online.
They do lots of wonderful food, and you can book and do your registration online if that is something that you would like to do. School involvement. So we love and welcome your help here at Parkdale Primary Schools, and there are so many ways that you might like to become involved. But you would be required to have a current Working with Children's check, and these can take some time to process, so you may like to apply as soon as you can. And details for this are in the information booklet. You can participate in lots of ways at school. You can help within your child's classroom during corridor reading. You may like to help out with the Monday writing sessions. We also have the kitchen garden. You can see one of the pictures there. Or take part in our wider school community groups, which include our PPA, which is our Parents Association. It's a very active group that help with a wide range of events such as fun runs and special food days. New members are always welcome, and there is a flyer that will go home in your pack. The other group we have is the parent representative group. So each grade has 1 to 2 representatives. They do things like collate email addresses, organise social events for kids and non-kid friendly events outside of school. They will do an expression of interest in early 2024 if this is something that interests you. We also have our school council. Our current president is Suzanne. Again, they welcome new members, and there is information in your booklet. Please check the school newsletter for further information. I'm now going to hand you over to Miss Madeline Williams, one of our wonderful prep teachers, who will talk to you about uniforms. Thank you, Maddie.
Hi, I'm Madeline and I'm one of the foundation teachers at Parkdale Primary School. In this section of the presentation, I'm going to be talking to you about uniforms here at Parkdale. All the uniforms can be purchased at the PSW school uniforms in Cheltenham. We ask that you label all items with your child's full name, not just initials, as there are lots of students wearing the same uniform and things can go missing. You can iron on or stick on labels, which are fantastic and easy to apply. Please note that the PWS, where our uniforms are available to purchase, will be increasing their prices by 3% from the 1st of November. It might be worthwhile to purchase sooner rather than later if you are able to. Here we have a student in a navy blue polo shirt, shorts and a school hat. Hats are required when outside during summer and spring, which is term 1 and term 4. You are welcome to sew a badge or a ribbon to easily identify your child's hat. These students are in their bomber jackets, skirts, school headband and scrunchies. The student to the right is holding her satchel. This is essential for communication and carrying important documents to and from school. You will need to purchase your reader satchel from the PSW Cheltenham, as it is not in the book list. This student is wearing the Parkdale school dress and school scrunchies. Hair accessories must be blue and white check or navy to match our school colours. Here is another example of our school uniform. The student is wearing a navy polo tracksuit, pants and has their school bag. This student is wearing their polo fleece jumper and shorts, along with their hair ties. Please note, school socks must be white or navy blue without logos. Next, we have the prep t-shirt that can be worn on Fridays and also on transition days if you wish. You will receive this t-shirt when you attend your C-part session. This is a very exciting tradition at Parkdale. Even better, it is at no cost to you. Lastly, in the reader satchel, we keep a reader cover. This is on the book list. We highly suggest contacting and decorating your reader cover. It gets a lot of wear throughout the year. We display lots of important information inside our reader folder, including house groups, reading logs, and passwords. Also, please note foundation students do not wear sports tops until they're in grade 1. For our specialist class, foundation students will require an arts mock, named, waterproof, and long sleeved. These will stay at school and students will take them to their art lesson each week. Students are welcome to wear black school shoes or sports sneakers. However, we recommend Velcro sneakers until your child has learned how to tie their shoelaces. During the winter, students can wear a navy coat or a navy scarf beanie or gloves while outside. Please ensure these are also clearly labelled. We prefer your child to have the Parkdale school bag, although if not, the school bag needs to be big enough to fit a satchel, lunchbox, drink bottle and jumper. I will now hand you over to the lovely Lucy Goodman to discuss our literacy program.
Thank you, Maddie. All right. So I'm going to give you a brief overview of the curriculum and programs here at Parkdale Primary School, and there are more detailed notes within your information pack. So first I'm going to touch on literacy. There are already so many amazing things that you are doing with your child now that contribute to their literacy readiness. It can be things as simple as talking with your child, reading with them, encouraging them to tell you about their day, writing their name, playing games, the list goes on. We have added some fine motor suggestions in your enrolment pack as well. We will also send home some more things in their transition show bag, which they will receive on their last transition session on the 5th of December. The alphabet is a code that needs cracking. There are 44 sounds and only 26 letters. There are just not enough letters to have one-to-one correspondence with all of the different sounds. You can see here that for our 5 vowels, there are 20 different ways that we can make those sounds. And for our consonant sounds, there are 24 different sounds that we can make as well. So it is quite complicated for new readers. So for example, the sound E can be represented in lots of different ways, like in B, eat, peace, me, these, jelly, taxi, turkey, marine, pediatrician, people, Grand Prix, and Lee. And that's just some of the ways that the sound E can be spelt. So at Parkdale Primary School, we take a structured literacy approach and use the MSL-OG, which is the multisensory structured language Orton-Gillingham approach to link reading, writing, and spelling. This means that we begin by teaching our students the most common sounds that the letters can make. So we know that vowels can make 20-odd sounds. We just teach them the first 5 at the beginning. And once they've mastered those letters, we introduce more, and that's how we build their knowledge. Connections are constantly reinforced between the symbols and that the student sees, the sounds they hear, and the actions they can feel within their mouth. This helps the brain to learn and remember the written language. I might skip this video too, I'm just thinking. So at Parkdale Primary School, we also believe the best way to develop successful readers and writers is by using the systematic synthetic phonics, which aligns with the science of reading. And that aligns really nicely with our decodable readers. So a decodable book is a book that is for a beginning reader, which contains words that he or she can sound out. This means it only contains letters and sounds that they have been taught. So at the beginning, we teach the children the 6 letters you can see on the back here, S-A-T-P-I-N, and these books only contain those letters. So they can blend them together and read them independently rather than just guessing at words. And it doesn't include letters and sounds that they haven't learnt yet. As I mentioned earlier, a way you could participate in the school community is being a corridor reader, which we do every morning from 8:50 to 9:15. And during this time, while you might be helping out with corridor reading or another parent might be helping, the students will be conferencing with their teacher, reading with a parent, reading with a partner, completing a phonics activity relating to our weekly focus, those sorts of things. Another thing your child will receive when they start at Parkdale Primary School is a sound pack. So each child gets their own sound pack at the beginning of the year. And this sound pack is an excellent way to consolidate students' knowledge of sounds and spelling concepts with you at home. The students are given a new sound card each time we learn a new sound. And there'll be an information video sent out next year that will provide more details about how to effectively use this resource at home. It's a great resource that the children hold on to from foundation all the way through to grade 2. So MSL-OG phonics. So for young children, research clearly indicates that spelling supports learning to read. So we do daily practice and we are constantly reviewing past concepts. You can see over here on the far left, we call this a phoneme encode. So that's where the teacher says a sound and the child writes the letter that matches. In the middle, we have some words to write. So we use our phoneme fist. We break down the words and they have got right in them. And we also do dictated sentences based off the sounds that we have taught them. So they'll start off very, very simple with those 6 sounds, and then as we introduce more, they'll get more and more complicated. We also do red flag words. So that's what we call words that you cannot use your sounds for. So words like the and was. And we teach the children these words and the tricky parts in them so that they can recognise them when they are reading and also use them in their writing. Phonics is just one part of being a good reader. Phonics should be taught alongside other important parts of reading as well, such as phonological and phonemic awareness. So before children can learn to read, they need to become aware of how sounds work in words. They need to understand that words are made up of individual sounds. They need to play games, listen to rhyming and alliteration stories. At school, we use a program called Hegarty to practice and strengthen these skills. Another is fluency. So fluency is defined as the ability to read accurately with speed and proper expression. And here are some examples of the fluency pair activities that we use to improve students' fluency. Oral language and vocabulary. In class, we use big books and other texts to review taught sounds as well as modelling reading strategies. We also use these texts to model fluent reading and to talk about interesting vocabulary and to practice listening comprehension. Many of these texts link to our social and inquiry topics. And then we also have the last one, which is reading comprehension. So comprehension is understanding what we read, which is really the whole point of reading. All right, so there's lots of things going on in literacy. I'm going to hand you over now to the lovely Julia Howe, who's going to tell you a little bit more. Thank you, Julia.
Hi, I'm Julia Howe, and as Lucy mentioned, I'm also one of the 2023 Foundation teachers. I'll be continuing to talk to you about the wonderful curriculum we have here at Parkdale Primary School. Although spelling is taught as part of our phonics approach, we also engage in daily writing experiences and begin to copy, create and reconstruct familiar texts from the earliest days in Foundation. Each Monday, students write a recount about their weekend, and as you can see from the writing samples, students make wonderful growth throughout the year. We use decodable books to help us write decodable sentences using the sounds that we have taught. We also complete weekly dictation sessions to consolidate students' knowledge of taught sounds and red flag words. The students complete writing activities throughout the week related to mentor texts, big books, and our writing focus. As the year progresses, we begin teaching genre writing, such as narratives and information reports. Okay. Handwriting is explicitly taught to support with correct formation of letters and foster fine motor skills. We begin the year practicing pre-letter writing shapes and use these to assist with letter starting position and direction. We then teach students how to form letters correctly during our explicit instruction of each sound. Students begin using whiteboards, then move to blank paper, and as the year progresses, we write on the skygrass dirt paper, which assists with correct letter sizing. The progress students make throughout the year always blows me away, and I'm sure you'll be just as amazed by it next year. In Foundation, students are encouraged to participate in weekly show and tell. We focus on modelling and teaching oral language skills and encourage students to share their ideas and develop the confidence to speak clearly to others. Students receive a term outline of the topics we focus on, and we encourage families to help prepare and practice students' presentations at home. This will help set your child up to be successful in the delivery at school. This is always a highlight of the student's day and is a lovely way for students to share more about themselves and get to know their peers. We have 5 one-hour math sessions a week. While number is our main focus, we also cover topics such as measurement and geometry and statistics and probability. Our maths groups are fluid and we differentiate based on students' mathematical understanding. We pre-test at the beginning of each topic and then complete a post-test at the conclusion of the topic. This allows us to go over any misconceptions during our review lessons. Your child may move through different maths groups throughout the year to suit their learning needs. We will notify you of any changes through our Foundation newsletter. In addition to our core learning areas, we also allocate time to inquiry topics. Each term we have new inquiry focuses such as All About Me, Transport, Animals, and Healthy Me. Throughout these topics, students participate in lots of hands-on activities, including incursions and excursions. Students also engage in regular Tinker Time challenges or Foundation rotations. These may involve making, creating, or building. Sometimes it is individual with a partner or a small group, which allows students to use their higher order thinking skills, problem-solving skills, as well as developing skills such as perseverance, resilience, and cooperation. At the beginning of the year, we have a big focus on at the beginning of the year, we have a big focus on social skills activities that align with the school's Super 6 values of respect, responsibility, resilience, integrity, cooperation, and excellence. The students learn about each value and what it means to display these within the school. Students complete social skills activities that align with the skills and are encouraged to practice them during developmental play. As social skills is our main focus at the beginning of the year, we hold many developmental play sessions during the weeks. This assists with settling the students into the classroom and encourages cooperative play and the development of social skills. Throughout the year, during our social lessons, students engage in the respectful relationships curriculum. During these sessions, students learn about positive relationships, identifying personal strengths, and how to ask for help, and many more important topics. The Zones of Regulation program is embedded into the school year and is a valuable way for students to help understand their feelings and emotions. We teach students how to use these skills as a tool to help regulate their emotions by identifying the feelings within their body and being able to independently take action to regulate their feelings. Each week, students have a 50-minute lesson of performing arts, visual arts, PE, wellbeing and Digitech, and Japanese. Every 2 years, we have a big school concert at the Palais Theatre and a Christmas concert every other year. In 2024, we will have a Christmas concert. Throughout the year, we have incursions that run inside the school and align with our inquiry or learning topics. Some of this includes Market Fresh, a visit from the firemen's with their fire truck, dance, special acts and specialist activities for maths, literacy and Japanese. In Term 4, we are very lucky to go on a school excursion to the Melbourne Zoo. This is something that students always look forward to throughout the year. It aligns with our inquiry topic of animals, and students are able to explore the zoo with their teachers or a parent helper and engage in educational experiences with the zookeepers. We also have our water safety swimming program in Term 4. Students spend a week going to the pool each day to learn about water safety Students spend a week going to the pool each day to learn about water safety with a swimming teacher and practice swimming techniques. We travel to Mentagramma on a bus and we return to school each day. Buddies is such an exciting part of the curriculum and is something that is always looked forward to. It is wonderful for foundation students as they have a positive role model in the school and an additional person to go to on the playground if they're worried or scared. Students will all receive a grade 6 buddy who they will meet on their first week of school. Buddy sessions are held once a fortnight and have included activities such as a pirate treasure hunt, topic-related craft, problem-solving activities, and many more exciting things. Varying numbers also mean that sometimes a grade 6 student will have 2 preps or vice versa. This will likely occur next year as there are many more grade 6 buddy students than preps. We will work closely with the grade 5-6 teachers to allocate the buddies and once we have met all of your lovely students. I will now hand you over to the wonderful Miss Andy Bentley, who will talk to you about communication and reporting.
Hi there, my name is Andy Bentley and I'm one of the 2023 Foundation teachers. As Julia mentioned, I will be running you through the Parkdale Primary communication and reporting. So Compass is our main form of communication and our main communication platform. You can download the Compass app straight to your phone or log on using a computer. You will have received your Compass login details and temporary password on Friday, the 6th of October, so this last Friday just been. If you already have a child enrolled at Parkdale, your 2024 Foundation child will now appear in your portal. If you are a first-time parent at the school, you will see your child on the portal once you've activated your Compass account. Please feel free to contact the office if you did not receive these details or you need support to access the site. Through the Compass portal, you can access newsletters, reports, and alerts. You will also need to use Compass to log any of your child's absences, such as sick days, family holidays, medical appointments, or any type of leave throughout the year. Seesaw is something that we use throughout the school. Seesaw is a digital learning journal that we use to share regular snapshots of your child's week at school. As you can see on the screen, we post photos from special days and classroom activities and also work samples from your children. At the start of 2024, you will receive a consent note as well as an access code later in term 1. This access code is only linked to your child's profile. You will not be able to You will not be able to view any other students' photos or their profiles. The only way you'll be able to see your photos is the ones your child is tagged in. Throughout the year, the students will learn to post photos and videos onto their Seesaw page as part of our digital technology lessons. As you can see from the next few photos, here are a few things that we've posted on Seesaw throughout the year. Parents can only like and comment on posts once their children are tagged in it. The comments that you post will not be visible to other students and families until it has been approved by your child's teacher. So this is how we report to parents at Parkdale Primary School. During term 1, you will each be given a date for our prep testing. These will be held on Wednesdays, which Lucy will touch on shortly. Parents are not required to stay during the prep testing interview. However, following the session with your child, we will hold a short getting to know you meeting with parents. This is a chance for you to tell us about your child, their interests and needs. You can also ask any questions that may have arisen or that you would like to know throughout the year. Formal semester reports will be shared through Compass at the end of term 2 and term 4. Parent-teacher meetings will be held during term 2 after you receive your child's report. We are also available for informal chats after school most days. We're very friendly, so please feel free to pop in and say hello and don't hesitate to ask any questions. Please do be mindful, though, that we do have meetings on Mondays and Wednesdays. And if you feel as though you need more time or a sit-down session, please let us know and we can arrange a time to meet. Please also note that we will contact you if there are any concerns from our end. I'm now going to pass you back to our lovely Lucy to talk about our kinder transition.
All righty, thank you, Andy. So I'm going to tell you all about the transition to school schedule. Please note that these dates are also available on the website in your information booklet, and you'll also be able to rewatch this session later. So the first thing we do this year is our school readiness screening test. So it's a very informal session where your child has an opportunity to meet a Parkdale Primary School teacher. Your child will name some pictures, write their name if they're able to, and tell us any sounds and letters they may know. We also play a bit of a rhyming game. Feel free to allow your child to bring along a comfort toy if they need to, but please not one that is too distracting. This snapshot of your child allows us to plan our grades to ensure your child has the best chance of having their social, emotional, and academic needs met. The teacher will meet you and your child at the office and take your child to a quiet space. You're most welcome to wait in the office or go and grab a quick coffee. There is nothing you need to do to prepare your child. Just mention to them on the day that they are visiting their new school and that they will get to meet a teacher. There will also be some special stickers. Here are a few slides from the C-part test. Oops. So this is the first one where they are clapping out some syllables. So toothbrush. On this slide, they're looking at some rhyming words. So I would say to them, okay, what rhymes with cat? Is it cat duck or cat hat? And they would tell me which word rhymes. And then we'll show them some letters and things as well and see if they know the name or the sound of those letters. So the school readiness screening will run from the 23rd of October to the 27th of October. You'll need to book via Compass, which I will explain on the next slide. So when you log into Compass, which Andy explained earlier, so everything came in your information pack, you'll need to set up an account. From there in your Compass home screen, you need to click on the conferencing button and then go to the C-part options. This will say C-part. And then this will appear with lots of different time slots and you'll pick the one that suits you. The booking portal will open tomorrow, so you may like to book in while it is fresh in your mind. Transition to school. So the beginning of the foundation year is all about building healthy relationships and positive social behaviours in a warm and nurturing and supportive environment. We begin each day by greeting the children individually and reinforcing how much we love to see them. Initially, we offer a play-based setting where our foundation students are able to make choices and move freely around the room with opportunities to play alone or in small groups with their teacher, there to scaffold as needed. We play lots of fun games, sing songs, and read stories. The teachers very quickly build relationships with their students with their warm and care and constant presence. Often at the beginning of the year, we will attend specialist classes as needed, and we always ensure a prep teacher is on yard duty in those first few weeks. We quickly recognise those children that may need a little bit of extra support, and we work with parents to help their child thrive. Each year, we carefully monitor the cohort and adjust the programs accordingly. Some ways that you can prepare your child for school. So we have strong and positive relationships with the local feeder preschools. Your kinder teacher will also send in a kinder transition statement about your child. We make phone calls to all kinders and we visit the main local preschool teachers. We also have meetings, phone calls and emails as needed with parents. We run 4 transition sessions for the children, and it is so important that your child comes to every single session so that we can get to know them and they can get to know us. And then in January, your teacher will send you out a letter as well. Okay, so for some ways you can help your child prepare for school. Number 1 is eliminating the unknown. If your child has an older sibling at our school, then they're probably pretty well acquainted with the school. If not, there's still plenty of things you can do. You can do things like walk and drive past the school and have a listen for the school bell. You can get them used to the time frame of school by saying things like, oh, it's 9 o'clock. This is when you'll go to school. And then if this is 3:30, this is when you're going to come home. Talk about breaks, what foods you eat at different times, when it is lunchtime. You can say things like, okay, it's lunchtime, we're going to eat our sandwiches. Please note on the very first day, it is very important you arrive on time, but not too early though, because coming late can make children anxious. Something else you can do is taking part in the transition program. So it's the opportunity to see teachers, meet other children, and operate within the classroom and school. And I'll go through this a little bit more later on. Some other things you can do is talk about feelings and stories, and you can use stories to facilitate some of these discussions. Talk about how your child is feeling about coming to school, and you can relate the stories to you and tell them all your wonderful memories of when you were at school. Remind them that it is okay to be a little bit nervous and reassure them that teachers can help them. Talk about the school day and try to relate times to things that they are familiar with, like when they're at kinder. That being said, though, it is also important not to overhype the idea of going to school. Enjoy the holidays and enjoy having them at home because 2024 will be here before you know it. And the other thing you can do to help prepare them is independence. It's a great time to start working on your child's independence. Things such as blowing their nose, taking off their jumper, going to the toilet, how to wash their hands, listening for the bell and coming back to the back door. Maybe you could practice that at home. Try to avoid saying things like, you'll have to be able to do this at school, because that can cause extra stress and anxiety. Please remember that the teachers are here to help and we will help as needed. Something we get lots of questions about is food. And it may be one of the things that your child finds the most difficult to adjust to is the eating times. So a good idea in the weeks leading up to school would be to start getting your child used to set eating times. So we eat snack at 11:15 and lunch at 1:30. We also have a fruit break around 9:45 to 10. Children need to be able to open their own lunchbox and food containers, including plastic wrap. They need to be able to put the lid back on their lunchbox and put it in their bag. They need to know which food is for snack and what is for lunch, but again, we will help them with this. Practicing these things at home is such a great idea. With fruit break is only fruit and vegetables. When we eat in the classroom, but please don't panic if not all the food is eaten. Just let us know if it's happening consistently. But there will be days when your child is just not hungry, or perhaps it is too hot, things like that. On occasions, they may have a specialist class before recess or lunch, so they're encouraged to take the remainder of their food outside. We show them lots of nice places where they can sit and eat that has a bin nearby. And we also pop a tub outside the classroom for them to place their containers and jumpers and things. Drink bottles. When your child comes to school, they need to know how to manipulate their own drink bottle. In their drink bottle, it is water only, and they are welcome to fill up during the day at the drink taps. The drink bottles are kept on students' tables, so please make sure that the drink bottle is leak-proof if it tips over. I've had many a disaster with water off for the table. Belongings. As Maddie mentioned earlier, please make sure all of your child's belongings are named clearly and that they recognise the name tag. Having something distinctive hanging off their bag is a good idea, as is something on their hat. We are a SunSmart accredited school and we require students to wear hats from September 1st through to April 30th. And playtime. The first few days we go out for 2 plays at different times to the rest of the school. We have a designated prep play area for the first couple of weeks, and there is always a foundation teacher outside for the first week or so, as well as the other 3 roaming yard duty teachers. We do encourage children not to play with their siblings at the beginning, as they need to make friends within the foundation year level. Some other suggestions you can do to help your child in the coming months. Practice their pencil grip, so ensuring they've got 2 fingers on the top, 1 at the bottom. We call it the crocodile grip. Practice writing their name, so starting with a capital letter followed by lowercase. Doing some phonological awareness games, so clapping, rhyming, syllables. Phonemic awareness like I Spy, scavenger hunts, lots of oral games. Practice your concepts about print, so turning the pages in the book while you're reading. Perhaps they can point at the words while you're reading, and practicing that one-to-one correspondence. Look at colours, shapes, patterns, lots of fine motor activities, Lego, beading, Play-Doh to strengthen those fingers. Lots of oral counting, counting objects, and recognising and naming numbers. When you come on that first day of school, parents are welcome to come into the classroom and settle their child, but we do ask that parents leave the class by 9 a.m. We also ask that only 2 adults come into the classroom, otherwise it can become quite overwhelming. From Thursday the 1st of February, students begin a staggered start in line with the rest of the school, so they can arrive anywhere between 8:45 and 9. It would be wonderful if you could encourage your child to enter the classroom with a friend, or else you can bring them into the corridor and ask for assistance from a teacher. We do ask that parents don't enter the classroom to help build that independence. There are children who may find the first day daunting, and there is the possibility of tears. There always is. But as hard as it is, the best course of action is to bring them in, take a photo, but as soon as they're busy playing, say goodbye and leave. It doesn't make it easier when you string it out. No one likes to leave a child in tears, but please be assured, 99% of the time, the tears stop within 5 minutes. And we would certainly contact you if there was an issue. We definitely wouldn't leave them to cry all day. And some tips for separating in the morning. Show them that you're really positive about school. Try not to emphasise how much you're going to miss them. Talk about how much fun school is going to be and how you can't wait to hear about what they got up to. It can be a very emotional time for parents, so try not to let them see that. Hold back those tears until you get into the car. In the mornings, we do our morning process, so we encourage independence with unpacking and getting ready for the day on arrival in the classrooms. We call this our start of day process. It takes a few weeks of support, but we are very proud of how they all remember and complete the steps independently. When you come to collect your child at the end of the day, you will collect them from a designated area that you will be informed of, and at the beginning we'll pop out some cones so that you can remember. All right, nearly there. Our transition program. So we are holding 4 transition sessions this year. Please make sure if your child has asthma or any sort of medication that you bring it along. So the first 3 sessions are nice and early. They're 45-minute sessions on the Tuesday. So Tuesday 21st, Tuesday 28th and Tuesday 5th at 9:15 till 10. And they're very short. They do not need to bring anything. The 4th session, however, so this is a longer session on Tuesday the 12th of December, and it will run from, that should say 9:30 until 12:30. And your child will need to bring a small bag with a hat, snack and drink for this session. This will be in their 2024 grades and classroom. So you'll get to meet the other children in your class and also your class teacher. And that session 4 is the statewide transition day. So across the whole state, every prep will be in their classroom and all the other children will move up to their 2024 classes as well. And you'll get a special note with an important date about your prep interview. So transition sessions are not just about helping you and your child, but also allowing our foundation team to develop the absolute best grades for 2024, along with CPART and the discussion with kinders and parents. We need to take into account gender as well as balancing grades socially, academically and emotionally. This ensures that students are supported to the fullest sense in their first year of school. A few further notes. So your book list or your resource packs will be emailed to you shortly and they must be lodged online. If you have any difficulties, please contact the office. Please ensure you check which items need to be labelled because there's some that do and some that don't. We use communal pencils and we store books for later, so please don't label those. Medical. So teachers are always keen to set up early appointments with parents to discuss further if your child has a specific medical need. And some important dates. So in 2024, on Monday the 29th between 2:30 and 3:30, you are welcome to come in and drop off supplies. So all your books and pencils and things. On Tuesday the 30th, that's when children begin their first day of school and it's a short day. So they can be dropped off between 8:45 and 9 and then picked up at 1. For the first 5 Wednesdays, the children do not come to school, which is a lovely break for them because they do get very, very tired. And that's when we run our interviews, our prep interviews. But all children will be full-time from Monday, the 4th of March. We look forward to seeing you on Tuesday, the 21st of November for our first transition session from 9:15 till 10. When you arrive, please check the groupings list, which will be placed outside the prep buildings. And from there, you'll line up probably on the basketball court outside where the cones are. And please remember any medications and action plans. All right, I'm going to stop the recording now. And if